Good morning, everyone, and welcome to Crafty Saturday. My name's Michelle Zanovich, and I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. You can find my work over on my blog at www.makingmemorieswithmichelle.com. This morning, we're going to be using a stamp set that I haven't used before. I bought this in my very first order from the January to June mini catalog. It's the My Meadow stamp set, and it's been hiding out on my shelf, and I every time I look at it, I'm like, what am I going to do with that? I absolutely love it. So I issued myself a challenge that this week on my blog, I'll be featuring the My Meadow stamp set in all of my work. So it's going to be fun. I can't wait. I love to do some layering, and now that I have a little bit of time, as I think a lot of us are finding ourselves with some time, now's the time to grab something off our shelves that's been hiding out, or maybe we haven't used, or don't know how to use. I'm going to say it because some of us buy things and we're not sure what we're supposed to do with it. So today I'm going to make 3 cards using the My Meadow stamp set combined with one of my favorite sentiments. This is Itty Bitty Greetings. And I'm going to show you how to take one card that is wonderful and turn it into one card that's just wow. Are you ready? Let's get started. So as you can see, I've already got our things ready. And when I'm doing some multi-step stamping, I like to have everything out that I'm going to use on the ink pads that I'm going to use so that everything is ready there for me. And I'm not guessing and I'm not making mistakes, okay? Because sometimes that happens. So this morning I'm using Garden Green, Basic Gray, Real Red, Crushed Curry, and of course some Memento black. So I'm going to move these aside. And as you can see, I've already been practicing a little bit because I wanted to get the feel, glue dots everywhere, get the feel of what I was doing. So I'm going to show you our basic premise. So we're going to make a red wheelbarrow with some pretty yellow flowers. Good morning, everyone. It's so good to see you pop up here this morning. I've been crafting with you live all week, so that makes me super happy. So a red wheelbarrow. So I was a high school English teacher in a former life, and one of my favorite poems to share with my high school juniors was The Red Wheelbarrow by William Carlos Williams. And I'm going to read it to you. I have to, because I go back to my roots, right? And if you know this, you know what I'm talking about. And if you don't, welcome to a little poetry this morning. The Red Wheelbarrow by William Carlos Williams. So much depends upon a red wheelbarrow glazed with rainwater beside the white chickens. That's my kind of poetry. That's simple. All right? And we're going to do some simple stamping to begin with. And I'm going to talk to you a little bit about that poem too. Because so much does depend on just those everyday little things, right? If we didn't have chickens and rain, what would it be? So the first thing I'm going to do, I put everything, all of my pieces in an envelope to keep them safe and not scattered all over my desk. So I have a piece of Whisper White cardstock, thick cardstock, because I always use thick for my bases. And it's 5.5 by 8.5. And remember, all measurements can be found over on my blog later at www.makingmemorieswithmichelle.com. And this, this is a Whisper White. And I'm not going to tell you the measurements because I will write them down for you. Although if I do, it's just out of habit. Okay, and I'm just going to put that on a card front. Then I have some, what is this? It's real red ribbon. Oh, it's cotton, okay? Yeah, cotton ribbon. And I have lots of this for some reason. I think for a Christmas class over the holidays, I bought the wrong one. I think I bought a couple spools of real red instead of Poppy Parade. And so I think that's why I have so many of these. Okay. And I'm just going to tie a knot because this is pretty big ribbon, and bows are nice, but knots are nice, especially if you're new to stamping and you haven't tied a lot of bows. It can be a little intimidating. All right. Then we're going to put this on our card front, or on our base. And besides, it's raining today here in North Carolina, so that whole red wheelbarrow in the rain thing is pretty good. Okay. All right. Let's get stamping. And since I'm going to do 3 of these, I'm going to do 3 with you right now. Okay, so let's just stamp 3 of our wheelbarrows. So the first thing that we're going to do is with Garden Green, stamp your grass. And again, 3 times. And I am going to use my 1 3/4 inch circle punch. So just make sure you're leaving yourself enough room, okay? Next, we're going to stamp the wheelbarrow frame in basic gray. And I love that these are photopolymer, so that layering and lining these up is just perfect. You can see exactly where that stamp is going to go. Okay. Done with that one. Now the wheelbarrow body, or is that a bucket? Do you call that a bucket? Isn't this fun? Truly. I haven't done this kind of stamping in a while, so I'm really enjoying it. Okay, then some crushed curry flowers, because I think those are upside down. They were upside down. We need some bright springtime flowers. And then I'm going to come back with my leaves, okay? And those are just going to fit right there. When I'm going to make cards like this, getting all the stamping done at first is great. Then it's out of the way, and you don't have to keep coming back and revisiting. Kind of a little bit of an assembly line approach. So I have... It's not my 1 3/4 inch. I'm using the 2-inch circle punch. Sorry. Okay. Then I'm just going to punch these out. Okay. Then my starburst punch, we're going to punch 3 red circles. And we might as well just go ahead and assemble these, and then they're easy to stick back on a card when we're ready. All right, so let's go back to our original card. I've layered the real red and whisper white. And here's my wheelbarrow. Oh, I know what I'm missing. Let's do our sentiment. So our sentiment today is sent with love. From Itty Bitty Greetings. And I'm going to use my classic label punch to punch those out. I know you're leaving me comments, and I'm so short I can't see into my camera. Okay. So now I'm going to take one of those and line it up here. I'm just going to trim a little bit because I got it a little crooked. That's how you know you're stamping with me, right? Add some dimensionals behind our circle. And I got that crooked too. We're going to leave it for now. And I'm just going to put this on here. All right. Now, all crafters, no matter what level, should have some pretty little rhinestones. Okay. And there's one. And I like that, even if it is a little crooked. All right? But I think we can do better. What do you think? Should we step it up a little bit? Let's take a look. So we're going to use the same basic premise, only this time, instead of a whisper white layer, I've cut a piece of this pretty little gingham check that comes in the Brights Designer Series paper pack. And let's give this a little bit of a country feel, okay? Well, I thought that was a brand new snail, but I had a refill. All right, we're back in business. I've been using a lot because I've been crafting a lot this week. Okay, now instead of the red, because that would just be a little bit too much, I have some Whisper White Baker's Twine. And I'm going to wrap it around twice. And this time, I am going to tie a bow. Okay. I only struggle with this when I know you guys are watching. Okay. And that's going to go right on here. So last night, my son and I spent a couple hours getting boxes packed because I had to redo my spring retreat, which was going to be at the beach. And I had to make an executive decision to move that. Before everything happened, I made this choice that we were going to meet online instead. So I have, about 18 boxes sitting outside. I had someone come pick theirs up earlier this week, and I've got a few people coming to pick theirs up later. And then I think I have 3 more, maybe 4 more to pack this afternoon. There it is. Okay, and here's the same Scent with Love. Okay, and this time let's pop that up with some mini dimensionals. So I've promised myself once I get all of these boxes, I had 29 in total, to out of my house, I was going to clean house. So that's something to look forward to. You know it's bad when you say it's something to look forward to, right? Well, and I always feel like cleaning during pollen season. And everything outside is green with pine pollen right now. Okay, so there's our second card with that red wheelbarrow. So stepped it up just a little bit with some designer series paper, added a little different ribbon. Okay, which one do you like best out of those? Let me know. But wait, don't get too excited, because now we're going to really step it up. This envelope is full of pieces. All right? Same basic premise. Goodness, there's a lot of pieces in that one. All right, same basic premise. I have a thick Whisper White card base. And we're going to add those 2 layers. Next I have my Whisper White Baker's Twine. And this time, let's do something a little different. So let's lay down our snail. And I have my silicone mat there so that I don't stick it to my paper. But this time, I'm going to run this around and tie it off in the back. Oh, let's do 3 times. Now take a length here and double it. Let's wait, okay? Because I have a surprise. Next I have a piece of vellum that I've cut to 4 1/8 by 3 1/8. And I have my Scripty embossing folder. And so let's emboss this vellum. And you may have noticed I have some labels on my embossing folder. 1, I have the name so that I know what it is. And 2, I've put on here which plate to use, because if it's a 3D or just a regular embossing folder, it will make a difference. And that way I know at a glance which one I need. So I'm going to lay that in there. And I'm going to run it through my die cutting machine. And now look at this. Can you see? Look how pretty that is. And that Scripty embossing folder talks about none other than flowers and gardens. Okay, so we're going to put this on here. Now, some of you have asked before, how do you keep your vellum and your adhesive from showing? I'm going to put my wheelbarrow right over that, okay? And it's not going to go anywhere. So we're going to put this here. Now we have that double piece of white baker's twine, and I'm going to tie a double bow. Oh, let's do this. Maybe not. Boy, I glued that on there really well. All right, so we are going to do a double bow. Crafting along with me. Going to change our mind a million times. That'll be fine. Okay, trim that. We're going to put our wheelbarrow right there. Oh, I used 4 on this one. I used 3 on the others. Guess I didn't want to tempt fate on this one. Cover up your vellum. That really did get crooked. Okay. There. No, 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 right? All right. And this time, I'm going to put that up in the top. But we're not finished. Now I have 2 strips of paper, real red, and the designer series paper, and it's going to match. And let's see, I'm going to use my silicone mat for this. Someone asked me on Facebook yesterday if I decorate the insides on my envelopes, and the answer is sometimes. It just depends on the card and on the mood, I think, if I'm going to do it. Okay? But this will go on the inside. Right down here at the bottom. And then I had a leftover piece from where I cut my designer series paper, and now it's too short to go on the outside of my envelope. But I could do a little envelope liner, like so. Okay, so I don't want to waste it. It's such pretty paper. Plus, it'll give the recipient just a little sneak peek of what's to come. Okay? So we used that in My Meadow stamp set to make 3 cards. Kind of a beginner and a casual and an avid card maker. Let me know which one you like best. I would appreciate your comments. Watch from me this week. I think I'm going to do more coffee and cards at 8 o'clock. So I'll be here on Facebook again, crafting with you in the morning. Grab your coffee, and I'll see you at 8 o'clock Monday morning. All directions, measurements will be on my blog at www.makingmemorieswithmichelle.com. Have a wonderful Saturday and be safe, stay well, and I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.